Thank you very much, Presiding Officer. I always listen very carefully to all members' contributions in any debates. I rarely read out a pre-prepared speech when closing, and instead I'm always trying to read my own handwriting. And also, Presiding Officer, I refuse to play games. I'm too old to fool around, and I certainly don't let anyone, or indeed any man, put words in my mouth. And I will exercise my right to use my 5 minutes in this debate as I see fit. Absolutely not. No, thank you. I do want to make the point, Presiding Officer, that when I listen very carefully, I also take a very close interest in what people are not saying or not doing. And to the best of my knowledge, there was no justice asks in negotiations or discussions that opposition spokespeople had with the finance team. Instead, what I hear in chamber is people opting out and then complaining. And every member in this chamber has to recognise that they all have power and they all have influence that can make a difference. And, Presiding Officer, as some members have mentioned, we have Labour's tax on jobs with the employer's national insurance contribution. That has certainly had a financial cost to policing. And then there's the bill of our VIPs of the state visit last summer. And I have not seen any standing up to Starmer on those issues. No, I will not. And, Presiding Officer, the other thing that members won't be saying, opposition members, is what they don't say, is they never say how much they will increase policing resource buying, and they will never say how much they will increase the additional headcount by. Instead, we will get figures plucked from thin air and discussions about how we will be releasing officers back to the front line. Presiding Officer, what always strikes me with sadness is that when we have a justice debate, and in particular a debate on policing, that we tend to debate the past as opposed to debate the future. And if I can be even-handed and balanced around police recorded crimes, yes, we've seen serious assault and attempted murder, absolutely not, dropped by 60%. Housebreaking dropped by 77%. These are all figures from 2006-07 to last year. Theft of motor vehicles down by 69%, vandalism down by 73%, and homicide at its lowest levels since records began in 1976. And with more people feeling safe, or report to feel safe, walking in their own community. But also, in the contrast to that, and this is where I will be even-handed as always, violence against women and girls, up. Is that because of confidence in our justice system? In part. Or is it still because it remains a hidden issue? Cybercrime, growing concern. Online safety, growing concern. Shoplifting, indeed, a growing concern. That's why we're prepared to invest £3 million every year for the next 3 years. And, of course, we've seen those nope, no thank you, no thank you. And as we have seen from the evidence by Police Scotland, there is increasing specialisms required to tackle serious organised crime, which Police Scotland, I can assure you, do very well. There's increased specialism required to investigate sexual crime. National security and counter-terrorism also place a demand on policing in Scotland. And at the same time, we have to also ensure that we have that balance with good community policing that is about prevention, because there is a connection between specialism and policing on the ground in our communities. So, Presiding Officer, let's start having a debate about the future of policing in Scotland as opposed to the past. And thank you very much.